What's up everybody, once again my name is Matt, and this is the second part of a series of videos. Now that I've finished my playthrough of Skyward Sword, I thought it would be fun to talk about some of the things that I both loved and hated about the game. So today, let's go over 5 things that I love about Skyward Sword. Number 5. The visuals. We all know the Wii wasn't a powerhouse when it came to graphics, but Nintendo has always been good at making the best with what they've got. And I have to say, they hit the nail on the head with Skyward Sword. I've always been a fan of the cartoony Zelda art style, so maybe I am a little bit biased, but I think Skyward Sword just looks gorgeous in some places. The character designs, backgrounds, and overall bright color palette really make the game stand out. And I would be lying to you if I said I didn't want to see an HD remake of this game, but I highly doubt we'll see that happen anytime soon. Number 4. Temple design. Skyward Sword has by far some of the best temples in the entirety of the Zelda series. I'm not sure who was on the team when they designed the layouts and puzzles for each temple, but I hope they are still working on Nintendo for the next Zelda game because the interesting designs and the well thought out puzzles really make the Skyward Sword temples such a pleasure to play through. Not only that, but certain boss fights are just top notch, like Tantalus and Cloctos. Sure, some of the temples might be a little linear, especially during the beginning of the game, but I think the later temples are a perfect example of what a Zelda temple should be. Number 3. The characters. Now I know this might seem like an odd addition, but Skyward Sword does something similar with its characters. It gives them all a personality. Every character from the main cast to even the lesser important side characters all have some form of a personality or backstory that's interesting, and it makes them stand out. Skyward Sword is kinda similar to Majora's Mask in that regard, although I don't think anyone would disagree with me when I say that Majora's Mask did it far better. However, for the few side quests that Skyward Sword does have, they did a good enough job of making the player want to learn more about the characters they're helping out, that way they would see the quest all the way through to the end. Skyward Sword also gave us one of my favorite villains of all time, Girahim. For me, Girahim does what no other villain has done in the entirety of the Legend of Zelda series, and that's being intimidating. His unhinged, almost unpredictable nature really puts you on edge, and just seeing him or hearing his iconic theme makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. I really hope we get to see more villains like him in the very near future. Number 2. This one is easy. The music in Skyward Sword is simply some of the best in the entirety of the Legend of Zelda series. It's hard to beat full orchestration when it comes to music, and the themes and tunes that Zelda is known for translate perfectly to a full orchestra and really play to the game's strengths. Skyward Sword generally has a very whimsical tone in its music, which fits perfectly with the overall nature of the game, but the music can get rather dark and intense when it needs to. All of this transitions perfectly together, and the music is wonderfully written in a way that is pleasing to listen to all on its own. For me, Skyward Sword's soundtrack will always be one of the best video game soundtracks ever composed. Number 1. The story. I don't think anyone will argue when I say that Skyward Sword has the best story of any Zelda game. It has all the right elements, from subtle romance to surprising plot twists. Skyward Sword has it all, and it's told in such a way that the player gets invested very easily, and can relate with what Link is feeling at any particular moment. The relief and happiness when you are with Zelda, the hatred and anger when you face Girahim, and everything else in between. I've said it before, and I think I still agree that Skyward Sword is a better movie than it is a game, and that's not to diss the game, it's just a testament to how good the storytelling actually is. Anyway, those are just 5 things that I really loved about Skyward Sword. Now I do want to say this doesn't mean the game is perfect, it does have its flaws, but that being said, feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you haven't already done so, check out the other side of this argument, the top 5 things I hate about Skyward Sword. If you enjoyed this video, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more of my videos, consider subscribing. Once again though guys, my name is Matt, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.